welcome back to my attempt at a quartet. I am not going to tell you which pour I'm doing in each of these cavities, but you can guess later on, but I will tell you. You'll see some little cardboard pieces here. I had an accident yesterday. It was uneven, so I used my little leveler to make sure, you know, my compartments are level. I did that with that as well. So my first order of business is in this compartment. I am pouring a combination of woodruff and olive oil, and this is the resin I'm using is the Nic Pro 1-to-1 resin. That might give you a hint as to the design or the technique. This mold is the coaster set mold from Pouring Your Heart Out. It's the live and chunky combo. It gives you both the live edge and the chunky edge. It's a great combo tray mold. And so I thought I'd try and do a little quartet. So the first color was a combo of the woodruff and olive oil. My next color is the butterscotch, which is also from Octopus Inks, and these are resin inks. This is my second color. I'm doing a puddle pour where I just put one color on top of another. I'll let that just pour and spread to the edges. Sometimes I think you have to mix a little bit more resin because some of it gets left in the cup no matter how much one scrapes. So that's all of my yellow that I can muster out, and that again is the butterscotch. Still gonna try. Still get some more. I can still get a little bit more. I'm gonna go back to my green. Oopsie daisy, my cup fell down. Yep, I still have a little bit of green that I have left over. I'm gonna pour it on the edge here. Come on. These, all these techniques, the 4 techniques that I'm going to attempt here are from resincourses.com, which will be linked below. Okay. I'm sure I could spread it over here with no penalty, just to be safe. Okay. Thought I spilled somewhere. Oh well. Oh, here on the outside of my working area. My next color that I'm pouring is the resin mixed with Casting Craft. It's a white pigment, and I have a funny feeling that my Casting Craft is getting old again really quick because I use it quite a bit, and so I hope it's okay. So I'm pouring my white. And then my clear, I added just a teensy-weensy bit of this Super Shift mica powder or Super Shift Samba from Dispade. It's a color, I bought 2 colors, Super Shift colors from that site. and one is that Samba, and the other one was the Molotov, and they're really pretty on their own, but instead of just a pure clear on my final push here on this one, I thought I'd put a little Super Shift. Now, if anybody knows, is Super Shift and Color Shift and Chameleon powders the same, or are they all different? So here goes my center, and I'm going to push it really hard out. I know some people like to do the gentle push. I like the harder push. Now I'm going to just stop there because, well, maybe I still have some room, because yesterday I did it on the right side one, and oh my God, it overflowed, and I had such a hard time. So I am not concerned that I'm not filling my mold here. You can see there's a lip still, but I would rather have it short of the lip than in trouble in the lip, or out, you know, overflowing the lip. So I am going to scrape a little bit more of my clear, since I see that I have room, especially up there. This is almost reaching the end there, so I do want to be careful, because this is exactly what happened. Okay, that's all I'm going to do, because that's already coming out, and that's that. So I am going to put you, hopefully, on a time lapse. I think I've learned how to do it, and I think I've done it correctly. So I'll put you on a time lapse, and I will see you on the next round. Alrighty, so it's been about 20 minutes, and my friend Nicole, what she does is she syringes the center. I'm skeptical about that for me because of my syringe skills, but also because I don't know if the syringing will disrupt some of my petals, but the back side or the front side, when it's done, I don't like a certain look. So I am going to give that a shot of syringing and then putting my glitter in. So wish me luck on this next step. So let me see, it was 7:35. So I guess it's been about 20 minutes. She waits about 30 minutes, but I'm just impatient. But you know what? I'm going to stop, and I'm going to wait 5 more minutes. I'm going to wait at least 25 minutes, and then I'll syringe. Okay, I'm going to syringe. And then I'm going to drop in my green glitter glass mix that I mixed in with some resin, and hope, and I don't know if I syringed enough, can just hope. Okay, I will torch and pray, and I will move on to the next project. Alrighty, I'll give you a glimpse at the first of the 4 quartet, but not all of it, just a glimpse of it. That's what it's doing right now. So I am going to now use this side. So that side was the fine live edge. Now I'm doing the chunky live edge. And these are smaller than Julie's molds for the for the chunky and the fine live edge molds, there, as you can see, so that she can fit it into the 4 sections. So here I'm using teal from Octopus Inks, Peacock, and Enoki. So that should already give you a hint as to this technique. So the first thing I am pouring into the center is my Enoki mixed with transparent. It is a Resin Pro resin that I had to get from the UK because the US factory doesn't sell this particular resin, the transparent. It sells Art Pro and iCrystal, but not transparent. So the first color that went in is the Enoki. Next is my Peacock mixed in. I'm going to pour left-handed. Make sure that's over there. Pour that in. Oh, look at that peacock color. It's so vibrant blue. It's a great blue. My goodness. The trouble with this this experiment that I'm doing, the quartet, I have to show you all, no matter how, if all of them show up or turn out or not. So, okay, now comes the teal. Well, that was interesting. I've never had it close up that fast. I think it's because it's a small mold. So there goes my teal. And then before it finally closes up, I'm going to put my clear, which is mixed in, and I'm going to watch the edge, I almost forgot, with some Violet Aurora Interference powder. So I'm watching my edges here because I don't want it to overflow. And it's okay there, and it's almost getting full there, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to wipe off over here some that fell down. So now what I'm going to do is turn the camera off, put it on a time lapse, and hopefully some interesting things or design will occur. Just cleaning that up. I really shouldn't, but I had dripped some resin in there, so. Okay, here comes the time lapse. Okay, I don't know how much of the time lapse that you watched, but did you see my panic attack? Because this was overflowing over here and I couldn't tell where the edge of the mold was, and then I slid my cardboard from this direction because I didn't want to disturb this. So whew, that was a little stressful. So now I'm going to place in my glitter, which is really fine glitter, and I should have probably picked a different glitter, but it's such a pretty blue. It's called Boysenberry Sparkle from Laura's Art Corner, and I thought it might be a pretty centerpiece. So I'm going to, actually I'm going to put in some more, because that looks too little for that amount of space there. So let me mix this about a bit some more, and then I'm trying to make a paste out of it, and then I'm going to drop it in. And these I've got to remember are smaller molds, so I guess I don't need a big center. So let's see, hopefully that's the right spot. And I'm just gonna let it go down on its own. Get some more for my stick. Pull that in. And I guess I could have waited a little longer, but I was afraid I wouldn't see where the hole was. So let's hope that that center does something with that glitter mix, that it flattens out and circles out on its own. We shall see. That'll be a nice something to look forward to. I'm going to torch it, and then I will see you for the next step or next project. Okay, so I was trying to decide whether to wait till all four before revealing, but I think I'll do an intermission on the Quartet. So let's do 2 of them at a time. Okay, let us see. Put those aside, put this great tray aside. We'll start with this first one. Okay, let us see. Oh, yes, that turned out great. So, very nice. Happy with that. You get to guess which technique that is. Okay, take you back up. Next one. Ooh. Oh, yes. Another nice one. So, and you know, the center I didn't push down or twirl much, but that's okay because it looks very natural. So, there's the second one. Okay, I'll keep moving and see you soon. Okay, so this third cavity that I'm using, if you'll see what I'm doing, and maybe you'll guess what the technique is. So I've showed you these 2 already, so I will move them, but I wanted to show you that it's the same tray mold that I'm using, and there was an intermission on these 2. So I am going to use this section, which is the fine live edge mold. And to save time, I have mixed sapphire blue, purplish red, and yellow into my Art Pro resin. And once you see this, you might recognize the technique. So the first thing I'm going to do is just in a spiral fashion, pour the colors that I've mixed in. Yes, it looks dark. I'm not going to be concerned. Sorry about the background noise. I am doing laundry, and the laundry room is next to my kitchen. So I'm just pouring what I did was I layered the 3 colors alternately, and that's what I have. Art Pro is the resin I use. It's a 3:2 from Resin Pro. On this third of the Quartet. So let me see if I can squeeze any more out. And I wanted it to close, so that's good. I will, and as I think, I can't remember if I mentioned, but all the 4 pieces that I'm doing here are all from resincourses.com. So let's just push those to the edge of the bottom of the mold here. In my other cup, I mixed casting craft, and then I am now going to put it in my piping bag, and now I'm going to do a whole bunch of dotting, which is really fun. So I'm going to cut a little edge off, not too big, not too small, well actually not too a pretty nice small size hole. And then from the edge, I'm just going to dot all the way to the center. So I will put you on a time lapse for this portion. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do, and this is a little bit different than the course, but this part is still, and if you notice, it didn't spread all the way there, so I'm a little bit upset about that. But so I'm going to pour my clear in the center and really push out that clear. Now, I am going to pause, and I am going to dot some more in the center here because I'm doing a variation of this particular technique. So, didn't mean for my hole to be so big, unfortunately, so this may be ruined of the design that I want to create. See if I can just control it a little bit better. Sorry, I should have put you on a fast forward on this one. So what I'm going to do after I finish this is I'm going to mix a fresh batch of resin, and I will see you shortly for this, for the next phase. Okay, so the variation is I put in a little bit of yellow in my fresh clear, I'm going to gently push it out. I'm watching my edges because I had a disaster yesterday, if you saw it on my video, one of these four. Then now I'm going to actually place my crushed glass, which I mixed in with a little bit of resin. Now, I don't know, I'm probably destroying this technique, but I'm just trying different things. Okay, so let me try and move. That is obviously not in the center, so let me move that down. And then I'm going to do one final round. So like I said, this is a variation of one of the techniques. Remember, I'm not going to tell you till after. So we shall see if my variation of this technique worked or not. Let's see. I'm just going to do a little bit more here, small ones. So obviously, if I did this, if I were to do this again, I would remix and have a little bit more in my clear and less in my white here, because I obviously have too much white left and the mold didn't get filled. But that's also deliberate, the mold not getting filled, because it's really difficult to sort of balance everything out once you on this 4-tray one, to maneuver everything. So I'm just going to leave that, hope for the best. Hopefully it comes out close to the technique that I was going for. So as you can see, it's filled up more here than there, so I might later on push all that to the edge, because I've got this little nice tool, so I won't take your time on doing that. So I'll see you for the next project. Okay, and now for the finale of the quartet. So I'm using Octopus Resin Papaya and Aronia. I will tell you in a few moments more. Sorry. So my other one, I don't know if you can see it in the film. It's hopefully, I have no idea what that's going to turn out. I'm just hoping it'll work out. So this is the chunky edge. I have mixed up my papaya in my Art Pro. Once again, you guys get to guess what it is, which technique this is. So mixed my papaya in here. I did put a little bit of black as well. So the first thing I'm doing is pouring the edge of my mold. Whoops, that side's coming out faster. Once again, I used my leveler to see what I needed to brace underneath. Pretty papaya color. Once again, I also guesstimated on what I needed. Then before it closes, oh, good, I have some time. It's not quite closing just yet. Goody goody. Maybe I can put a little bit more here to make it sort of even. Okay, this one is my clear with Aronia. And I'm mixing it. I mixed it, and now I'm just watching my edges, making sure I'm not going to go over like I did the last time. So I'm okay if it's short of the edge. So that's what I'm doing on that one. Now, what I'm going to do is a little deviation from the technique, so you will see that in a moment. What I'm going to do is torch right now. And then I'm actually going to place my glitter mix out of my cups. I'm going to use this. I'm going to put it in the center now. And hope that it's so, and hope that I've gotten it in the center. Okay. Then in my other cup, I have mixed up my Casting Craft with a little bit of that Aronia. And with this, I am going to do some M's. So once again, these courses are online at resincourses.com. A few of them I've done a little variation from the course. And I thought it might be kind of fun to do a quartet, since Miss Julie created this wonderful tray mold of the different chunky and fine live edge. And it's all in one mold. So I said, hey, oops, oh, come on. Oh, come on, come on. Come on out nicely. Come on nicely. Come nice and play. So I look forward to seeing if you guys can guess the 4 different techniques that I've attempted here. Whoopsie boopsie, I'm kind of, oh, I'm not holding my cup. Oh. Let's see if I can do something here. Oh, I hope I didn't screw that up. Okay, I'm gonna shove this down a little bit more because I want to do another layer of M's at the end. So let's see. If I'm going like this, then I'll go like, well, it's the same. So I'll go, so the opposite is this way. There we go. I was always getting confused. I almost said the technique. And that's all this one is. So I will torch, and I will hope. I might later on, you know, push some of those to the edges, but this is, I feel a whole lot better having less than overflowing, because it's very hard to juggle a set one. Individual ones, it's easier, but not this one. So let's hope. I see a little glitter up there, but I'm just going to leave it because I don't want to mess with anything that might be happening here. So I will see you for the unmolding of these two. All right, it's reveal time. Let's see what these two did for me. That one's still a little soft. It's okay. All right. So, on Fine Live It. Ooh, cool. Very cool. Wow. Very, very cool. I love these kind of petals. Okay, and then this one. Not quite what I was looking for. So that was a disappointment. So, okay, here we go. This was the Daisy Belly technique. This was the crushed ice effect, but also Larimar. This was the fairy technique. My twist was that I did a clear push at the end so that I would have this closure, and it kind of worked, kind of didn't. So interesting. And this was the dragon flower, which usually I do much better, but this didn't work this time. So here we go on my Quartet. Take you up so you can see it all. And there you go. Thank you so much for watching.